I once had a supervisor that did nothing wrong. It was incredible. I was so impressed. I couldn't believe it. I don't understand how it worked. It's like whenever they were confronted with something, it was always somebody else's fault. Or they should have gotten me the paperwork earlier. Or, well, if this had happened, then this wouldn't have had to happen. Or, I wasn't informed. Or, well, I thought that's why we hired you. So interesting how nothing was ever this person's fault. Because in my eyes, leaders take responsibility. We see it right now in this country. A lot of fascinating stuff happening right now. What an interesting time to be. But we see leadership emerging. And we see not leadership emerging as well. We see incredible individuals such as you've read about the stories of Mark Cuban and what he's done with his generosity for the people that work at the arena of the Dallas Mavericks. We've heard about Ed Bastian of Delta and how he has donated 6 months of his salary so that his employees don't need to get laid off during these tough times. We also hear occasionally stories of other individuals that maybe don't have as much shine, but we hear about Jessica Ekstrom of Headbands of Hope and how she was putting on this amazing conference called Chasing the Bright Side, and she had to cancel that because it was the right thing to do at the right moment. And when my buddy Sam Davidson, who's the CEO of Batch Nashville, this amazing home goods store, home goods gift shop store. Anyway, he's going to yell at me for messing that up. It doesn't matter. But we see that a couple weeks ago, Nashville got rocked by these tornadoes, and he lost a lot of inventory because it went right through the farmer's market. And we also then now see a couple weeks later with the coronavirus, what's happening here. And how he's taking the steps to make sure that his team is okay so that they can weather the storm. Because we know the quote from John Shedd, right? A ship in harbor is safe, but that is not what ships are built for. Leaders take responsibility. Where do you take responsibility? Where do you take it in your own job? Where do you take it in your marriage? Not everything is your partner's fault. Where do you take it in the way that you raise your kids? Where do you take it in your own life? Where do you take responsibility for what has happened or what has not happened? Now, let me also pause real quick because you're also not allowed to say, well, it's all my fault. No, you can get over yourself with that. You're not allowed to carry everything. But leaders take responsibility. So where can you take a little bit more? With the individuals that you lead? Where do you recognize that leadership is a privilege and you were elected, selected, hired to your position because people trusted you, not because you were the most perfect? They trusted you to make the decisions that needed to be made so that progress could continue. I want you to think about taking responsibility and where you do it. I know for me, this is something that I try to work on. I say a lot of shoulds in my life. I say a lot of could have, would have. It either happened or it didn't happen. So what's going on with you all? Where do you take responsibility? Where do you see others taking responsibility or not? I'm not going to talk about politics. No, we're not allowed to do that, unfortunately. But I am going to talk about leadership. And to me, those should be one and the same. Thanks, y'all.